subscribe and leave a comment to see your face in the next video. What's a secret you won't share with anyone in person, but you are willing to share anonymously? When I was about 9, I went over to neighbor's house. I would usually go hang out with my adult neighbors because they would let me watch TV and give me snacks in exchange for helping them, with the intention of seeing if I could play with the foster puppies she had. Well, she wasn't there, but her door was unlocked, and I just went in and played with the puppies. When I walked out of the house, she was coming down the driveway. There was a bunch of stuff in front of her door blocking it from view from the driveway. I just pretending like I had been waiting for a minute, and we walked in and I got to play with the puppies again. Well, it's a secret my mom confided in my GF, somehow not expecting her to tell me. I found out a month ago, still has me fucked up. My dad had committed suicide when I was 2 years old, 2 days before Christmas. It always left me wondering why. I'm 24 now and just found out she was cheating on him with my stepdad. She had also told him he would never see me again, so he took his own life at his place of work after hours cause he didn't know where else to go. I always thought my middle name being my stepdad's first name was just a coincidence, because I don't remember him coming into my life until a couple years later. My mom found out she was pregnant with my little sister 3 days after my dad's death. I've always resented my stepdad before cause he burnt all my baby pictures with my dad in them, and I never knew why. I look nothing like my stepdad BTW and still haven't confronted my mom. A little more than 3 months ago, my fiancé, who I've been with for the past 15 years, was killed in a car accident 2,000 miles away. I literally have nothing now. I'm so depressed that every time I see someone happy on social media of any kind, I get closer and closer to killing myself. My therapist isn't able to help me. No one is. Everyone keeps telling me it gets better, but it only gets worse. I don't want to kill myself. I just don't want to be alive anymore, because every fucking minute of life is absolute hell. I have told my husband, and my mom knows, but nobody else. When I was 7, I pooped the bed in the middle of the night. Just like a perfect log in my underwear. I was scared of getting in trouble, so I threw my underwear and shit behind the dresser in my bedroom and promptly forgot I did that. My mom found it 2 weeks later. I had a baby when I was 15, and he was adopted. Close to adoption. Most painful thing I've ever gone through. He turns 18 in a few months, and if he so chooses, he can find me. I'm married and have kids now, and my kids have no idea he exists. I really want to meet him, but I'm terrified he's got mental disorders like his biological father, who is now in prison for murder. The real reason my arm is broken is because I now owe a seemingly unobtainable amount of money to the wrong people, all because I tried to help my deadbeat brother out of a bad situation. Satime people. Drugs can ruin not only your life, but your family's life as well. Update, I'm still alive and have cut my brother out of the equation. I won't be talking with him or his circle anymore. I'm going to disappear for a while and try to rebuild elsewhere. For those who want to help, seriously, thank you. I do not deserve a single bit of it. Under advice of an internet stranger, I'm not going to stir the pot publicly with more details, but I'm happy to share stories via PMs. One time my wife and I got really drunk. The scallops she ate weren't sitting well, so she went to sit on the floor of a hot shower. I join her, and we are just sitting there hugging, and she suddenly pukes all over me. Not too bad as we are in the shower anyway. A little later she has to pee, and since neither of us want to move I tell her to just go. So she does, on me. I have a fleshlight buried deep in my closet. I haven't used it for years. When I did use it, I used to shove it in the opening of a filled laundry bag, so I would be fucking something with hefted mass. I had some very lonely times in college and that really helped me through it. I'm too hesitant to throw it away because I don't want someone to find it. I know that one day I throw it away there will be a freak storm or flood that blows the trash can over and spills it all over the street. Or the garbage bag will rip. Or it will bounce out of the garbage truck and into the street. So it sits in my closet until the day I die and my family has to discover it. Well, my wife knows this now, but I wouldn't tell another soul. A few years ago me and my wife moved into her parents' place to save some money, so we were adjusting to living with parents again. It was strange and uncomfortable. I woke up one morning and it felt like the world was about to fall out of my butthole. I went to open the bedroom door and could hear my father-in-law getting ready to head out for work. I'm panicking thinking fuck, I know this is gonna be bad. I'm not gonna go take this mega dump so early on into our time living here. I need to devise a plan. I stayed in the bedroom, emptied out the little bin we had in the corner, and shit into the bag that was placed in there. I wiped my butt with some tissues that happened to be on the side, stand up and tie a knot in the bag. Now I'm getting ready for work with this bag of shit by my feet. My next stage is to get rid of this thing. I can't do it in any of the bins here. Think fuck it, I'll take it out and find the nearest one I can see. I even questioned putting this bag of shit in a neighbor's place if nobody sees. I walked 15 minutes to work with a bag of my own crap in my hoodie pocket until I could find a public bin to throw it in. I spent 2 years of my life being raped by the guy across the street when I was younger. It started when I was 10 and he was 15, probably as a game of Doctor or Truth or Dare or some such shit. It wasn't until years later and I looked back and considered the fact that I was in elementary school and he was in high school that I realized what it was. It finally ended when I was 12 and my family moved away. He was really good at all the grooming, saying things like it was totally natural and that I'd get in trouble if anyone found out. He'd show me porn and even got physical a few times. He kicked me in the ribs once and locked me in a closet a few times. When I finally realized what was going on, probably years later, when I was 16 and thought about the fact that I was 11 when he was 16 and how screwed up it really was, I knew I'd never tell anyone. I didn't want my parents finding out. They both had to work full time. I got home from school at 3, my mom at 5, and it normally happened in the hour and a half or so that they weren't home. I never wanted them to feel like it was their fault that I was sexually assaulted and then raped, so I'll take it to my grave. My spouse and best friends don't even know, and no one ever will. Thanks, Reddit. That actually felt pretty good. I'm the reason my cousin is mentally handicapped. We are the same age, and when we were 7 our grandpa bought dirt bikes for us. Well, we decided to make our own trail in the woods. Took the entire summer. I put this tree branch purposely at roughly head level, just so he could duck under it, and it would look awesome. The branch was heavy, but I was able to sit it conveniently between 2 trees. He was more brave than me, so he went first. Being dumb kids, we didn't wear helmets. I yelled for him to duck, but he didn't, and hit his head on the branch, got knocked backwards and hit his head again straight into the ground. I told everyone it was an accident. Grandpa sold the dirt bikes. I didn't see my cousin a whole lot after that. That was nearly 25 years ago. I see him every Christmas, and it's always the same. In a wheelchair, being spoon-fed by his mom. He can't speak, he likes to draw funny shapes. He most likely doesn't remember the incident, and I don't know if he remembers me, but that's what haunts me. Honest mistake, you did nothing other kids didn't do, it's no one's fault. Life is just hard sometimes. I'm so sorry you feel so guilty. Understandable, but serves no purpose. I don't tell people I'm autistic in person until I've known them multiple years. Sometimes by the time I tell them they're like, yeah, no offense, but I've known for pretty much the whole time I knew you. My fiance is the only person I actually enjoy being around. I don't really say that out loud because it puts unfair pressure on her and exposes my antisocial tendencies. I wasn't always this way. It kind of happened over the past 6 or 7 years after a deep depression and struggle with drugs. I've been happy and drug-free for several years, but I haven't been the same. When I make myself hang out with friends, I generally sit there thinking about how long I should stay before I can duck out and go home without looking like an asshole. It's hard for me to have conversations with people because I just think things like, when are they going to leave me alone, or when can I leave? I'm pretty good at hiding it and have several people who consider me to be their friends, but I secretly get no enjoyment out of those relationships. I'm not sure why my fiance is different, but it makes me very afraid of losing her. I'm almost positive I won't find anyone else that I will be able to love like I do her. There have been a few months here and there in the past where we split up, and I went out on dates with several other women. Some of them were very pretty and very nice, but I absolutely hated the entire process and never followed through on subsequent dates. I wish I could change that about myself, but I don't know how.